This is Ken Rockwell with KenRockwell.com and KenRockwell.tv. These are still shots from my Nikon D3500 seen here in this 4K UHD video. To see this in real 4K on Apple as I use, you have to use the Chrome browser and a Mac connected to a 4K monitor. YouTube, at least as I record this today, won't play in 4K either from Safari, and it won't play it through the Apple TV. You've got to use Chrome on a Mac. These are still shots at the D3500's native 6K resolution, which is 6,000 by 4,000 pixels, shown here reduced to fit the 4K screen. The original files are up at my review at KenRockwell.com. Just use my search box, the D3500, to find my original review with all the original files for you to see on your computer. Now we're going to see the complete images first. Here we are at ISO 100, which looks perfectly clear. And we're going to go up through all the ISOs, and you'll see the picture doesn't change. The clock on the wall at the right-hand side will change a little bit, but ultimately, the overall picture doesn't look any different. And so if you're shooting these, or I should say displaying these at a rational size like you're seeing here, you can shoot at any of these ISOs, and it's going to look just great. 6400 still at this size, looks great. Now notice at 12800, it looks a little softer, but still usable if you need it. Likewise, 25600 looks softer, but don't use it unless you need it. Now these are crops. These are crops enlarged 3 1/8 times horizontally. Specifically, they're 1080 by 1920 crops from the 6K by 4K original image files. So if you showed the entire images this big, they'd be 3 1/8 times as wide as your screen and 3.7 times as tall as your screen is right now. That's a huge image, and the D3500 still holds up just great at these huge sizes. Now as we get into the other ISOs, the detail is where the differences are. Pay attention to the fine detail in the gold in the center of the clock dial and the curlicues between the different numbers of the clock. You'll notice as the ISOs increase that those fine details go away. It's not so much a matter of the grain, it's the details that the noise reduction removes, because the noise reduction is removing the grain and taking away fine details at the same time. You'll notice subtle things are going away as the ISO is going up, even though the picture looks the same. Again, if you need to use any of these ISOs, if the alternative is a blurry picture because something moved, use the ISO you need, which is always better than not. It starts to look a little ratty at 12800. And the biggest thing is, at 25600, it's all pretty much wiped away by the noise reduction. Thanks again for watching KenRockwell.com and KenRockwell.tv. You can subscribe at KenRockwell.tv, and you can see the full review and all the original files for your perusal at KenRockwell.com. Thanks again for watching KenRockwell.com.